morning, sir.
Yes. Okay, since yesterday we had our 75th independence, anyone want to talk about the independence or any independence freedom fighter? You can share the things related to the independence or the freedom fighters who took part in the long battle. Anyone? Anyone wanted to do so? The last five, you please unmute your mic. 114, 115, 117, 119, and 120.
So yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. You please unmute your mic and Vari Shushma
Yes, sir.
is Vijaya Tiraj, Vignesh Prashant, Vikash Kumar Gupta, Vikram Vijay Lakadia. Yes, sir. You want to share anything? I think hope no one interested to share anything related to the independence. Okay, when we are little fatigue at that time, or it is more hectic at that time, we'll discuss the current affairs and what we were seen in the last class. Tell me, Vikash. Vikash, what was the last class content?
Sub B solve from Excel sheet we derive Jacobi and Gauss-Seidel method from Excel sheet.
Yes, we were started to solve the Jacobi and Gauss-Seidel, and we were solved the Jacobi, and there are some steps involved in solving the Gauss-Jacobi were seen, and then we were tried to do the same with Excel, but we didn't. We were developed the Excel, but somewhat it is still it is in developing stage. And today we will try to refine the things with Excel. And once it is over, it is very easy to approach the Gauss-Seidel. So, I think there is some issue with the Excel. You please, I think all of you having the first iteration, second iteration, third iteration values. With these values, we can cross check whether the Excel's returns the exact value which we were received through the manual calculation, so that the formulas which we are giving as an input would be right. So here see 0.332 and 1.25, it won't be right. See here the first approximation results is 0.85, 0.9 and 1.25. I think that there is a problem with these mathematical calculations. So we will refine these things. What was the things we have given? This is what the given equation, and we were modified into, in this way we have modified, and here 1 by d2, the d1 divided by d2. See. For the first iteration, what we have taken, this has to be taken from the first row, right? This has to be taken from the first row, right? I'll try to. Anyone did the Excel? Have you got the proper results?
So yes, sir.
Anyone?
So yes, sir.
Yes. Yes. Who did? Who did? Vignesh? Have you did?
So yes, sir. So like the first question is that 20x plus y is that question, sir.
Yes. For that questions you did in Excel, and your Excel's written the same value which which we were calculated through the manual calculation.
Yes, sir.
Both are same.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Fine, we'll try. If it is not feasible, you share the Excel. I'll try. See here, instead 2, we need to keep it as 1, right? And this is also 1. And some D2, D1 and G1, yes, G1, and then minus of this value, right, E1 into C7, that is also right, and F2, not F1, F1 into D7. Okay. Again, I think yes, what I'm trying to do, I'm clearing all the things, and now I'm trying to do the same calculation, that is 1 divided by and what is my x. Now to calculate x, I need to take, oh, see here, see what was the problem with the data is here. What was the RHS? Tell me the RHS. Tell me the RHS. 17 and minus 1, sorry, minus 18 and 25, right? Right. Here my my x1 is right. Right. Now I am trying to refine my y1. Instead of 3, it has to be 2. And 2. And now here also 2. And what was our y1? What was our y1?
Minus 0.9.
9. Yes, this is what we are obtaining, and this is already we are kept. I think it was in the 4th row. It won't be in the 4th row. It should be in the 3rd row. Therefore, I am refining with 3, and 3. Right. Yes. What I am now doing is I can drag and drop. Right. Yes. From where it is the values converges. Concerning the 3 digits, we are getting the same results in the iteration 4 and 5. So the iteration can be stopped with based on the number of similar digits in the problem itself. They will inquire with 3-digit accuracy. You have to get the results. So here the results are same concerning the 3 digits with the iteration number 4 and 5. This is what are results in Jacobi iteration. Any clarification with these Excel? This is what our, yes. Someone, you tell me what was the doubt?
Sir, means by this Jacobi iteration method, we are saying that x, y, and z values are 1, minus 1, and 1.
You are talking about which problem?
Sir, I am talking about this method only.
Okay. Tell me.
What is the final value of x, y, and z?
1, minus 1 and 1. The solution would be 1, minus 1 and 1. You stop your iteration as per the necessity. You stop your iteration. The necessity in the sense in the problem, in the question itself, they were mentioned. They will give the details about the number of digits which has to be concurrent. If the 3-digit concurrence is essential, then we need to do the things with 3-digit. If it is 4, then see here what was happening with the 4-digit accuracy. Yes, see, now my results are same with iteration number 6 and 7. If it is I am increasing one more digit, then 7 and 8. So here I wanted to converge with 3 digits. Then my results are uniform with iteration number 4 and 5. So the results you have to consider the solution would be x as 1 and y as -1 and z as 1. Get clarified?
Yes, sir.
Yes. This is what the first of all problem you cross check with the problem 1. This is what the coefficients you please cross check and tell me the coefficients with problem number 1. What happened? Where is Sushma? Where is Sushma?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes. You tell me. Yes, this is what our problem 1. And what I am trying to do, I am going to copy the same Excel sheet now to solve with the second example. Yes, what was the example 1 coefficients?
1 minus 1, 1, 1.
1 minus 1, 1, 1. Then?
Minus 3, 2, minus 3, minus 6.
Okay, then?
2, minus 5, 4, 5.
Yes. What I am going to do, this won't be the diagonal dominant. So in the first column, this is the x terms, and this is y, and this is z. This is the RHS. I am going to find the largest absolute in the first column. The largest absolute in the first column is 3. Therefore, I am trying to keep it as in the first row. So it should be positive. I am trying to do the multiplication with minus in the all the coefficients. So I am getting 3 minus 2. Instead minus 3, 3, instead minus 6, 6. And in the same way, the largest absolute in the second column would be minus 5. I am keeping that with in mind. I am trying to keep it in the second row. That is, so it has to be positive, right? Therefore, I am doing. I am taking the sign kind conversion. So minus 2, 5, minus 4, and minus 5. In the same way, there won't be any change necessary in the first equation. I am keeping the first equation in the third row, but in doing so, I am what I did this I made as in positive, but it would be the largest absolute in one particular column. So leave it that issue, and I am copying this and I am pasting here. What is the result, Sushma? What is the result? I think 2 minus 1, 1, right? 2 minus 1, 1. We are getting the results in the first iteration itself, but it won't be any concurrence with the data. So it won't be suited for the for some problems. It won't be suited. Okay, now we will concern about the next problem. Gauss Seidel method. Yes. Yes, this is what we are getting, right? We'll cross check our results. If I am is 4, right, till 6 I have noted, right? Till 6, and I am increasing the absolutes. Yes, this is what the results, and this is what detailed here. And now and this is the way we need to present during your examinations, and what the given equation can be written, and the first approximation, first write down the equations and consider the initial assumptions and get the first iteration results, and continue with the second iteration and third iteration, fourth iterations. And here with the 4-digit accuracy, and we are stopping our criteria. Therefore, x and y z is equal to 1. And Gauss Seidel. See here the difference between the Gauss Seidel and Gauss Jacobi is for the first iteration we won't be taking the newer results, and as constant we are considering the x0, y0, z0 as 0. But for Gauss Seidel the results has to be updated, and it has to be given as an input information within the same iteration. That is what your Gauss Seidel. And see, this is what the Gauss Seidel. While solving with Gauss Seidel, we will get see here. This is what the same for instant, or for example, I am considering the same example, and this is what your example 12b. Solve the following equation using the Seidel iteration method. Earlier we were approached Gauss Jacobi, and now we will try Gauss Seidel, and this is what our x, y, z. And what we are going to do in the first approximation, we are going to consider as y0 and z0 is equal to 0, and so we are getting x1 is equal to 0.8. Take your calculator, and do the calculation. But here you apply the value of x1 in the same approximation itself, update your x1 value. Don't take the x1 as 0 here. Consider your x1 as 0.85 and let the z0, z0 would be 0. There won't be any change with the z0. Find your y1. Find your y1.
Minus 1.02.
Minus 1.02.
0.2.
028. Very good. Now take the two updated values and apply with these z1. Then get the values for your z1. And here you don't apply 0, 0. X0 would be your 0.85 and y1 would be minus 1.028. You take in the same approximation. Therefore, it should be
1.0108.
very good. Z1 would be 1.011. Very good. So here this equation has to be taken as x1, and this has to be x1, and this has to be 3y1. It won't be x0 and it won't be y0. And accordingly you write do the changes and write it down. And we will continue with our second approximation. And here the details which I have presented here was taken from the Gauss Jacobi, but you have to be very conscious with the notation here. 1, 1, here 1, here 1 would be right, but here it is 2, x2, here x2 and y2. The same information which I have presented in the Gauss Jacobi, I have copied and I have presented, but you do the necessary changes and make a note of it in your notebook, personal notebook. And now tell me your x2. Now tell me your x2.
1.0025.
1.02.
1.0025.
1.0025 or 1.025?
1.0025.
Yes.
0025.
0025.
Very good. It is right. 1.003. And I have rounded off now my calculator with the 3 digits. So you please you do the digits with 3-digit accuracy. Do the calculation with the 3-digit accuracy. First you change your mode. Go to your mode and decide your number of digits as 3. Yes, it has to be given as an input for calculating y2, and your z1 as 1.011. Yes, what is your y2?
minus 0.99.
Minus 0. I think if it is if you have decided your number of digit, then it would be 1 minus 1 minus 1.000. Now give these two information to calculate z2. What is your z2?
1.2997.
1.299. I think still you are not did the digit accuracy. You please conscious with the digit accuracy.
So it will be 1.3.
1 point?
3.
No. Yes, someone, you please unmute your. If you are not rounded off, then you will get a 999779906. Once you are restricted your number of digits, then you will get Z2 as
So
1.
it's 0.9997.
Yes, yes. You please keep your number of digits as 3.
So
Okay.
it will be
Okay.
1.
1. Okay. Okay. We'll continue with these information. That is, you please make a note that is 1.003 minus 1.000 1.000. These are the things we are going to give as information for calculating the third approximations. This won't be right. This won't be right. This is what the Gauss-Jacobi is. Now calculate your x3.
Sir, will you please proceed to previous slide?
1.003 minus 1.000 and 1.000.
x3 is equal to 1.
x2 is equal to x3 is equal to
1.
1. I think have you did your 3-digit accuracy?
1.000.
1.001. If you not did, then you'll get 999969271. While keeping this, and you'll get 1.001, and your y3. You please take your calculator and change your mode and get the number of digit accuracy. Should be your number of accuracy, digit accuracy would be 3. Then what is your y3?
Sir, but x2 was 1.003 and all right, then why is it written 1.07? Like in the previous step calculated, we got x2 as 1.003, y2 as minus 1.000.
Of course. Don't take this. This is not your. This is not for your consideration.
Okay, sir.
So minus 1 y3.
Yes, minus 1.002 y3. Then what is your z3? You are taking so longer time for doing calculations. It is very simple, and as I did by doing by giving as an input of from A to D or E, you can get the results in the seconds. In few seconds you can get. What we are going to do, we are going to fill the informations. A, B, what is our A, B, C, and what is your Z3? What is your Z3? You do it little fast.
1, 1, 1.
Is 1.003. Yes, you are not 1.003. Then I am my fourth approximation, and this is what x4 is equal to 1.000. My y4 is equal to minus 1.000, and my z4 is equal to 1. And you do the calculation, and this is what our results. And the same thing we will do it with the Excel, right? The way which the examiners will expect during examination would be this is what the way need to present. Yes, this is what the way we expected during examinations. You do step by step calculations, and see here. This is what your Gauss Seidel, but I have written the answers alone. I didn't kept my number of digit accuracy as 3, and I have tried. And during sixth approximation, I am getting 1 minus 1 1. Instead, we are getting the results with Jacobi in the seventh approximation. So the convergence rate of the Gauss Seidel is greater than the convergence rate of Gauss Jacobi, since the values updated in the same approximation. So the convergence rate of Gauss Seidel is greater than the convergence rate of Gauss Jacobi. So we'll try with you. Now we'll try with the Excel. What I am trying to do, I am making copy of this sheet, and I am renaming it as Seidel iteration, and this is what my coefficients, right? I am removing all these datas, and now what I have to do, my x is right. Any changes required for calculating x? Is you unmute. You please, these 5. You please unmute. Vignesh, Vikas, Shushma, Vikram. Any changes required in the
No,
x?
sir.
Here,
No,
here
sir.
any changes required in the y?
0. Yeah. No, sir.
Yes, it is necessary. What is the necessary changes we need to do with these y calculations? Here, x has to be taken not from B7, it has to be taken from B8, right? It has to be taken from B8. Any other changes? No other changes. Yes, whether this is what your result? Yes, this is what our result, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, tell me now what are the changes we need to do with the Z calculation?
Sir,
Yes. X and Y has to be taken from not taken from B7 and C7.
B8.
It has to be taken from
B8 and C8, sir.
yes, B8 and C. That's all. Shall we can drag and drop, or we need to do any changes?
So
Yes, we can drag and drop. So here, see, if this is what the scenario with here the number of digits what I kept, I am verifying 8 digits, right? Here where I am getting concurrent results, verify and tell me. Verify the 8-digit accuracy and tell me where it converges. During 10th and 11th iterations, the results are same with 8-digit accuracy, right?
Yes, sir.
But compare the Gauss Seidel. Here, the results are uniform when concerning 8-digit accuracy. We are getting with 6 and 7, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
the convergence rate is greater than the convergence rate of Gauss Seidel is greater than the convergence rate of Gauss Jacobi, right? If this is the scenario for this particular case, or it would be same for any other case. Any opinion? Any opinion?
So I think only this case.
No, not at all. The convergence rate of Gauss Seidel is greater than, because it updating from the same iteration itself. So the convergence rate would be greater.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes. We'll continue with the subsequent slides. And yes, this is what your example 13A, not okay. What I am doing, I am going to do with the Excel calculations, but you please do it on your own. The condition for doing the Gauss Jacobi and Gauss Seidel would be we should have the diagonally dominant matrix. This is what the condition now to carry out the Gauss Seidel and Gauss Jacobi. So rearrange the way we are wanted, and do the calculation rest. So what we can do, this has to be, that is second equation has to be taken as first equation, and the third equation has to be taken as in second equation, and the first equation would be the third equation. So 4 minus 1 1 and 6 8 0 and 5 0 12, and therefore we are getting the diagonally dominant matrix. So see here what we did when we are considering the first problem, when we are giving the input with the Gauss Jacobi, what we did, we were taken the largest absolute in the first column, right? Here that won't be the case. We need to make the diagonally dominant, and see here we are getting even 6 would be the largest absolute in the first column. That won't be, we are not keeping this as in first column. Now to make this as 8, and in order to make this as 12, and the changes made, and your only constraint is your diagonal should be dominant than the other terms. And see the rearrangement over the, we'll try this with Gauss Seidel, and so you please take your calculator and verify the results. You please take your calculator and tell me the results. Our x1, x2, x3 is equal to 0. Therefore, our x1 is equal to, take your calculator and tell me the results. Vikram Vijay.
Yes, sir.
Vikram, please calculate and tell me whether these results are right. Now calculate the x1 value. First we cross check these whether these rearrangements is right or not. See the concerning the x1 is minus 2 plus x2 plus x3, minus 2
Yes, sir.
plus x2 plus x3, they by 4 will come, right. 45 minus 6x1, 45 minus 6x1 divided by 8, right. And here 80 minus, not minus, plus 80 plus 5x1 divided by 12. This rearrangements are right. Now our first assumptions, that is x2 and x3 is equal to 0. There won't be any necessity to take this x1 as 0, it would be x2 and x3 is equal to 0 concerning the Gauss seidel. Because we are going to calculate the x1 and that x1 has to be given as an input for x2. So there won't be any need to take this. You please left this x1 during your copying. And now tell me this is right. Yes, this was 0, 0, minus 2 by 4, right, 0.5 is right. Here 45 minus, you apply the obtained x1 value in this x2 calculation, that is minus 0.5. This becomes minus 3, minus or minus plus 3, therefore 48 by 8, 6, right. Here 8, 5, here we don't have any x2 terms, so we have to apply the x1 alone, therefore 0.5. This becomes 2.5 minus 2.5, that is 80 minus 2.5 divided by 12. This is right, Vikram. This is right. Whether this value
Yes,
is right,
sir.
Vikram? Right. Okay. This was the second iteration, and the third iteration, fourth iterations. And see, now we are getting the 3 digits accuracy during 6th and 7th iteration alone. You do the calculation. I am applying these value with Excel. Will get whether these results are fine or whether any some iterations are made. We'll check with the Excel. Vikram, tell me the coefficients. Vikram.
Yes, sir.
Vikram, tell me the coefficients. My Excel is visible, Vikram. Yes, Vikram, what happened?
Not clearly, sir. It's means black. It's black screen.
My Excel is visible.
No, sir.
So check.
Sir, coefficients are 4, minus 1, minus 1, minus 2.
4 minus 1, minus 1, 2.
Minus 2, sir.
Minus 2. Okay. My Excel is visible, Sushma.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Yes. Tell me the second equation coefficients.
6,
6,
8,
8,
0,
0,
45.
45. Okay. Third equation coefficients.
Minus 5,
Minus 5,
0,
0,
12,
12,
80.
80.
80.
Yes. See here. As I said, I am going to concern the 3-digit accuracy. So I am making as here 4. See here. This what 4. Here 5 and 5. Here 3 and 3 and 6 and 6. So if we are interested to have a 3-digit accuracy, you keep it your digit as 4. If it is 4, then keep it as 5. If it is 5, then keep it as 6. So this is what the results I have presented here. See here 2.3750 and 3.8438, 8438 and 7.6562. Okay, this is what the Gauss Seidel method. And you try to do this example with Gauss Jacobi, and the number of digits required to be same as 3. Then what you have to do, you need to keep it the number of digit accuracy as 4, not as 3. If it is given as 3 in your problem, then do the results with 4 digits accuracy, so that we can get 3 digits accuracy. We can stop our iteration where we are getting the 3 digits accuracy. See here 4 and 5, here the 3 and 3, here 6 and 6. There won't be any issue with these x2 and x3. But we are not. We are having 2.3749 in the 5th iteration. In the 6th iteration, we are getting 2.3750. But these 3 digits are same with during 6th and 7th iteration, all x1, x2, x3. So you can stop your iteration with the 7th iteration. So if it is 3 given in the problem, then you keep it as the number of digits as 4. If it is 4, then plus 1. If it is n plus 1. So I request you to solve these equations, these problems with the Gauss. Manually you do with Gauss Jacobi, right? So some basic informations we will discuss. See what we are trying to do. The Ax is equal to B. Instead Ax is equal to B. We are going to consider a new set of equations, and that equation should not violate this Ax is equal to B. This has to be equivalent. So my x is Cx is equal to Cx plus D. My CIA should be 0. This is what we are doing with Gauss-Jacobi and Gauss-Seidel method. I'll explain in detail. See, this is what the equations given to us. And what we are going to do, this can be converted with the largest absolute. Once it was decided, that is the diagonal dominant terms are achieved, and this can be converted with the x1, and the x1 coefficient has to be taken on the RHS, and the other has to be other terms also has to be transferred to the RHS. So we are getting the first equation as b1 minus a12x2 minus a13x3 minus a14x4 divided by a1, and this can be converted into matrix form, and this is what we are going to return as Cx plus D. See, Cx plus D. Idea behind the iteration method, that is convert your Ax is equal to B into x is equal to Cx plus D, but this two should be equivalent, and generated sequence of approximation, that is iterations, and this is what the j xj is equal to Cx j minus 1 plus D. This is what the fixed point iteration method. In order to find the n variable, we are getting n equations. This is what our C. This is what our C. This is what our D. Whether it is understood, whether it is clear. Now tell me, this Ax is equal to B is transferred with x is equal to Cx plus D, but here x won't be equal here, because here we are taking as x as the j minus 1, and we are concerning about j. During our first iteration, this x as 0. During our second iteration, this x value would be 1. During our third iteration, this x value would be 2. So this is what we did in the Gauss-Jacobi and Gauss-Seidel. Unknowingly, what we did, we were converted this Ax is equal to B as xj is equal to Cx j minus 1 plus D. This is what our D, that is RHS term, and this is what the coefficients with various unknowns, whether it might be it would be a x, y, z, or x1, x2, x3, or y1, y2, y3, whatever it may be. And we will little move in detail, and for system of equations, and see here, this is what the Gauss-Jacobi method. This is what the Gauss-Seidel method. Here we are taking old, but here we are taking x1 as new, here old, new, and old, new, and this is what the difference between Gauss-Jacobi and Seidel. In Gauss-Jacobi, all the terms are old, and in Gauss-Seidel, it is updated as per the recent iterations. And see, the first iteration, what we are getting x1 as given as an input, and here there won't be in such iterations. See the convergence or divergence of Jacobi and Gauss-Seidel. The convergence, the same for same set of equations but different order. When we are this is what the divergence. If if we doesn't have the diagonally dominant terms, we won't get the results. It divergence. But when we are having the diagonally dominant terms, then the convergence will be better. So we can converge, we can make a move, or we can do the travel with the target, with the targeted result. We can make a move. But if it is not diagonally dominant, then the convergence, we won't get any convergence. It will be divergence occurs. So this is what we were solved. And yes, see, and make a note of it. The relaxation method. Already it is 11:22. We will continue the sessions with tomorrow's lecture, and that is the relaxation method or successive over relaxation method. Will approach in the subsequent class. Any doubts? Any clarifications? Any clarifications? Any clarifications? Yes, Sushma.
Yes,
Any
sir.
doubts? Yes, you share your
No,
screen
sir.
and.
Sir,
yes,
actually
introduce.
my webcam is not working, sir.
Okay. Once your webcam is ready, then you tell me. At that time we can recognize you. Then 115. Vijay Dheeraj. 115. Vijay Adiraj. Right. Vijay Adiraj. You share your screen. Vijay. Yes, I think it is still populating. Yes, Vijay. Yes, go ahead.
I'm Vijay from Tanjavur, Tamil Nadu.
Little louder. Keep your mic closer.
I am Vijay from Tanjavur, Tamil Nadu.
Very good.
My father is working in commercial tax office, and my mother is a teacher.
Very good. In Tanjore, where you are?
In Medical College Road.
Medical College Road. எங்க மங்களபுரமா எங்க இருக்கீங்க?
Sir, Natarajapuram colony, sir.
நடராஜபுரம் colony. Good, good. Vijay Adiraj.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Vignesh Prashant.
Sir.
Yes. Now it is good, Vignesh.
Yes, sir. So my name is Vignesh, sir. I'm from Thrissur, Kerala. Good. My father works in a private firm, and my mother is a housewife.
Homemaker.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Where you did your schooling?
So in Suguna Pips School, Coimbatore, sir.
Coimbatore, very good. You are attentive. My appreciations, Vignesh. You are attentive in class. My appreciation. You give your the same effort in subsequent class too.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, Vignesh. Thank you, Vignesh. And Vikas Kumar Gupta.
Good morning, sir.
Very good morning. Yes.
My name is Vikas Kumar Gupta. I am from Uttar Pradesh, district Hamirpur. My father is businessman and my mother is homemaker.
Okay, good. Uttar Pradesh. You are in Uttar Pradesh.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, Vikas. Where you did your schooling, Vikas?
Sir, in my hometown, Rat.
Very good. Who is the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh?
Yogi Adityanath.
Okay. At some time we will discuss about Yogi Adityanath. You please make a note, and I'll request you to give a detailed information about CM. At that time, you tell me about your CM.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Vikas.
Thank you, sir.
And the last one, that is Vikram Vijay Lakadi.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Vikram. Vikram, you keep your mobile little far away from you. Yes. Yes, Vikram. Go ahead, Vikram.
Sir, it's Vikram from Akola, Maharashtra. I did my schooling from Akola Bal Shivaji High School. My father is businessman and my mother is homemaker.
You are Uttar Pradesh. You are in Uttar Pradesh.
No, sir. Maharashtra.
Maharashtra. Who is the Chief Minister, Vikram?
Uddhav Thackeray.
Uddhav Thackeray. Maharashtra, Uddhav Thackeray. Okay, good, Vikram. Vikram, whether the contents and the things with the numericals are comfortable?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
If that is,
don't mind. Can you please share the PPT?
Of course. Once the particular unit is over, then I'll share the PPTs. What happens if I am sharing at present? You won't do making copy down and you won't write. So once you please make a note, and still I'll share the PPT once the class is over. Once one particular unit is over, I'll share. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Vikram.
So
thank you.
even the course plan. So even the course plan.
Yes, I didn't upload it for me. I think today I'll upload course plan. Once it is uploaded, I'll share the link for me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you, Randall. We'll meet tomorrow 11:30. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.